Hey, this video is mostly going to be me yapping about YouTube. I've been a hobbyist content creator for about 7 years at this point, and a hobbyist editor as well. But it's been really nice. But besides that, I actually wanted to start the video with what I believe to be the most important point, because if nothing else, it's what I want you guys to take away from this video. Be yourself. Don't change yourself. Use what makes you, you, to your advantage. And that is what's going to get you attention on YouTube. Use what makes you different from the others to your advantage. Me, for example, I have a lot of experience with editing projects, so I can put things out at a lot faster pace than some other people could. That's my strength. And know that you yourself is your secret weapon, and that if you put enough effort into it, good things will come your way. But good things never come easy. Instead of waiting for good things, light some flares, wave them around, get some attention, give people a reason. Give the universe a reason to throw you a bone. But, moving on. As someone who has done a lot of research into, like, all the one-stop shop YouTube, like, cures to suddenly get fame, like, optimize these 5 things about your channel, or put these tags, you know, you probably don't need me to tell you this, but it's all slop. Yes, they technically probably provide optimization to your channel, but it's so minimal that it's not even worth the effort, if it even does at all. A lot of times, sometimes you'll just do it on a video that just happens to do well, and you associate with it, and think that that's what made your video do better, when in reality it was just dumb luck. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. Even on my old channel, I didn't upload a ton, usually a handful of uploads a year. I have learned a lot through doing this. Through that, I've learned a few things. One of which is a metaphor I very much like to equate with fishing. And that is, getting views is a lot like fishing, in that your video itself is the fishing rod, and the thumbnail is the bait. If you have really crappy bait, you're not going to reel in that many fish. But if you have really good bait but terrible rod, it's just going to snap when you try reeling people in. So you got to have a right mix of good thumbnails and good quality content to back it up. It is okay to not put in your 100% every video. If you can't, if it's good for your mental health, to maybe put in 75-80% of what you can do on every video just to keep that consistency up, that is important. Another thing you'll hear thrown around on YouTube a lot is the 110-1 rule. For those of you guys who don't know what that is, essentially that is, standard rule of thumb on YouTube is allegedly 100 views correlates to around 10 likes, correlates to around 1 subscriber. And I'm going to be frank with you, that is, in my experience, complete bullshit. Alright, so, for example, if I go ahead and pull up affiliate video, which is my best performing video to date. We open up the analytics, it says it's gotten 2,315 views since it was published. According to the 110-1 rule, this video should have 231 likes and have gotten me 23 subscribers. That's what the rule says. As you can see here, it has gotten me 8 subscribers and has gotten me 31 likes. So, if you were to guess based off the likes, you would guess, using that rule, that it has 3,100 views. If you were to guess based off the subscriber count, you would guess it had 800 views. That's the point I'm trying to get across about the rule being inaccurate. In my experience, it's not a really good rule of thumb to roll with. I feel like it doesn't really do a lot for you to even estimate that in the first place, other than set up expectations that might kind of just blow up in your face if it doesn't reach the traction you hope it did, and all that does is serve to demoralize you. Another piece of advice, which I actually received from a fellow VTuber, Safari Noma, and I will actually have their channel linked in the description, YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint. You might have days of super motivation, where you can get sometimes maybe even 2 videos done in a single day. Do not upload them in a single day. That it may seem like a great idea to have them out for as long as possible, but what you need to do is you need to put them out at a pace that you can replicate. So for example, over summer break, which has been really since I revitalized my channel on my birthday, June 12th, and uploaded my first VTubing video on June 15th, I have just kind of put my back into it, upload 3 videos, 2 shorts a week, except for 1 week. You need to do it at a pace in which you can replicate, because if you absolutely bust your back putting out, like, 5 videos a week or something, unless you're some kind of superhuman with, like, indomitable will, you are going to get burnt out on that very quickly. And getting burnt out when making content, that is your worst enemy. For example, for me, live streaming can be a lot of fun. It can also kind of suck if you're in there just talking to yourself a bunch. It's like an echo chamber. Streamer with schizophrenia talks to himself, right? That can be demoralizing, but I learned very quickly into this whole VTubing thing that even if I wanted to stream on the weekends, which were my quote-unquote days off, it was not good for my mental health because it was overstretching myself. In order to let myself breathe, I needed to spend some time away from VTubing, even if it was and still is my current fixation. If I let it just be every part of my life, every moment of every day, that could really get me quitting on it quick. But if I spend some time away from it, not only does that make the time I spend doing it more special to me, it also gives me time to rest my mind and do other things like play games off of stream. You can also think of YouTube as like being at a batting cage. Say you're at a batting cage while blindfolded, and you're just trying to hit the ball as many times as you can. Putting out a video or a short is like taking one swing while blindfolded. So you really do have to measure your swings, because if you swing really hard, really fast, all the time, your chances of hitting it quickly are very increased, but you're going to get tired real quick from doing that. Meanwhile, if you swing really slowly, or not very frequently, or both, you're going to have a lower chance of hitting the ball, and you're going to not hit it very far when you do, but you're not really going to get tired at all. And what I think should be strive to be achieved is reach the perfect middle ground. Swing at a rate that you know you can keep up, and swing at a speed you know you can keep up. Hopefully there in the medium. And just stick to doing stuff you love. And the reason why is doing stuff you love provides you motivation. Or at least it does for me. If you are doing something you couldn't give less of a shit about, I'm gonna be frank, why does the audience listen? Like, what reason do they have to listen? The point I'm trying to get across is if you don't care about your content, why should they? Those are really what I've learned, and I wanted to stress that because I think really that is the advice I needed to hear back when I was in 3rd grade making silly YouTube videos and wondering why I didn't have like 1,000 subscribers yet. Because I produced content, my content was few and far between, and I don't know, I guess I did put myself into it, but I just didn't have the same devotion as I do now. And I'm hoping that that will cause things to go my way for the better. Thank you guys. Take care.